Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. Okay, 6:02. It is 57 degrees right now, on its way into the 70s again. You know, the big boss here, Marv, came in when I was saying 60s yesterday, and he goes, "Hey, Brian, you're a little off on that one. It's going to be 70s." And I go, "Come on, Marv, it can't get to the 70s. What are you talking about?" It did. Picked up Megan at O'Hare yesterday, and at O'Hare, it was 74 when I picked her up at 2:30 in the afternoon.
I still don't understand why she didn't take an Uber home. You were busy yesterday.
Well, this could be a little question out there for the people out there that have someone in their life, including you, Case, by the way. Airport runs.
Yeah.
Listen, $50, $60, or I can get in the car and spend maybe $3 a gallon of gas there for 12 miles to O'Hare and back and pick up my wife. And also, it's a nice experience to be picked up at the airport as opposed to jumping in an Uber or a cab.
I don't know. It's $1.75 to take the Blue Line. My girlfriend lives off the Blue Line. When she flies, she takes the train back home.
Wait, the Blue Line's not still $1.75. Isn't it $2.25 now?
Oh, thanks, inflation. Jesus, I thought it was still $1.75.
I don't think it is. You know, it's funny. We were just talking about things you don't care about of price. You just go do it. And I remember when CTA was $1.75. But, bro, it's got to be, isn't it $2.25 or $2.50 now for a ride?
It is $2.50 for a ride.
Thank you.
Wow.
You take the bus every morning. Do you keep track anywhere?
No, because I have a weekly pass.
Oh.
For $25 a week, I can ride as much as I want.
That being said, why don't you give your girl your weekly pass then to use it to get off the Blue Line and get back to O'Hare instead of paying that $1.75 you mysteriously came up with?
She does okay. She can take the train home.
So you can take the train?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a very good husband. You and Megan are very cute together.
Well, that's wonderful.
That's the thing. I've been around Megan a little bit more. Just we've run into each other the last few weeks.
More than me?
No, not more than you. Just more than I usually am.
What are you doing when I take my nap in the afternoon? Are you coming over the house?
Unfortunately, I spend way more time around you than I do Megan. But
unfortunately,
every time I see you guys, I'm like, I like those kids. Look at them go.
Well, listen, I'm proof that it's never too late.
No.
I was headed for bachelordom the rest of my life. And people out there always, a lot of our conversations when they go to relationships and people say, I can't find anybody, or this person is, I don't believe in their political beliefs, so I can't marry them, or whatever.
Is that the second biggest hang-up people have? It's age and then political beliefs?
I probably shouldn't say this on the air, but I have a friend who got fixed up, okay? And the girl is amazing. And he's a great guy, too. And that's their big beef. It's political stuff. And that's his anyway. I should say it's his beef.
Yeah.
I don't think she cares.
No.
She likes him as a person. And they didn't even go on a date yet because of this. He's stopping it. I'm like, bro, go on a date. Come on. People for centuries have disagreed about something. I mean, and if it's just political beliefs, can you not marry that person?
It depends.
It's hard out there. I mean, it's hard to find someone that will just take off their clothes with you and get into bed.
That's at the end of the day, that's what we're all shooting for.
I know. But politics has really ruined a lot of people's lives.
It's ruined a lot of Thanksgiving dinners, too.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're not even there yet. Holy cow.
I know.
Let's worry about St. Patty's Day first.
It's ruined a lot of St. Patrick's Day festivities.
For the families that sit down for Chicago St. Patty's Day dinner, don't talk about politics, okay? It'll be great.
No, but speaking of St. Patrick's Day, everybody listening, why don't you clear your calendars for March 15th? Hint, hint. We'll have some news on that soon.
Okay, let's go. That's good news.
That is good news. That's going to be fun. That's going to be apolitical. We're not going to talk politics. March 15th, clear your calendar. More info soon.
We're not going to talk about the PLO problems in Ireland?
We're not doing that.
Okay, good. Let's not do that. Instead, also, let's focus on today. But yeah, clear March 15th off, crew members. Hint, hint. But how about coming up this morning at 7:10 in Clash with Kenzie with Lauren O'Neill filling in again this week for Kenzie on maternity leave. And Lauren, of course, if you don't know who she is, maybe you only listen this hour of the day of Q101. You should be listening at 10 when we get done. She's on at 10 a.m. usually. She's coming in early. She's always a little surprised by the alarm clock going off at whenever she gets up.
Every day she's a little surprised by the alarm clock going off.
Can't believe the show starts now. It does, Lauren. It does. So we're blessed to have her, and we'll have tickets for Alana Glazer at the Chicago Theater, a great comedian. That's coming up 7:10. 8 o'clock, Riot Fest 3-day passes again. And we'll get you to see Noah Khan. You like Noah Khan? How about going to see him in Florida? I know it's nice here right now, but tomorrow it's going to be 30. So Noah Khan at this Pink Moon Festival plus others, that'll be at 9 a.m. So a lot planned this morning here on Q101. See how things work out? No politics. That's all good. You can have your political beliefs. Let's just all be friends. Let's be cool. Let's just chill out. Let's have fun. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Also, I had Chipotle last night. Unrelated. And I want to give a shout out to the Addison and the Wrigley Field Chipotle location. Those kids are working in there.
That's a good spot. It's right next to the Do Right Donuts and a Lids, I believe.
Oh, it's a murderer's row there.
Yeah, you get everything you need there.
Oh, absolutely. And listen, you ask for extra beans, they give you extra beans, extra rice. I'm not saying you should go in there and do that, but it was nice to see the people out there hardworking in a job that you think like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to just sit at home on a computer and work for Amazon somehow. But they're out there making burritos, delicious ones, by the way.
By hand.
Oh,
slaving
hand-rolled.
over it, cramping.
Big burrito.
Big burrito.
It's huge. I didn't ask for anything extra.
Extra guac.
And all the guys, all the kids out there working in line appreciate you. I just want to say that. I appreciate you. I see you. And I honor you. Chipotle by Wrigley Field.
Today's show is dedicated to the Chipotle staff. We thank you for your service.
At least it's first break. There we go. Yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. You know, it's kind of funny. We just opened up a little bit talking a little bit about relationships and getting together. I'd love everybody to get together with someone wonderful and have a great life. You know, I really would. More love in the world, right?
I believe that.
This fact will kind of go away from that.
Okay.
This fact that makes your brain go, when you hear this fact, you may not go to bed with the woman you woke up with today.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this is whether you're a woman sleeping with a woman or a man sleeping with a woman, you may not want to go to bed with that woman tonight. When I give you this fact coming up here at 6:30.
I don't know if I want to hear it. I'm pretty happy as is.
You might not do this. You might not wake up or want to go to bed again with your lady.
This is terrifying.
Yeah. So everybody just sit back and enjoy, as I do want everybody to get together, but also this fact may break people up.
All right, 6:30, Brian's going to ruin your relationship. Be here.
Yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Okay, before we get to the fact that makes your brain just go, which was whoever you woke up with today, that woman, you may not want to go to bed with them tonight.
Yeah, your fact is that everybody's going to break up, basically.
Well, depending on this information, if it concerns you, which I will give you about women.
I feel very concerned. I feel very concerned when you have, quote, information about women.
This is not me mansplaining. These are scientific facts.
No, this is gender-neutral splaining.
No, it's not. This is a very specific fact sheet that I saw at 2 in the morning and scared me when I was looking over at Megan while she was sleeping. We'll give you that in a second. First off, I was saying it's great. I want everybody to get together and fall in love. Well, 6PO checked in and she said, can everyone stop finding true love at the same time? 4 of my husband's cousins got married last year, and this year I'm the maid of honor in June, a bridesmaid in August, and a regular guest in October. So that's about, 7 weddings she's talking about there in a year. That's you're probably at least, I'm just guessing, if maybe $2,000 light right now because of dresses, dinners, Ubers, hotels, maybe more than $2,000.
Yeah, that sucks. That's the benefit of somebody like myself that doesn't have a lot of friends. I don't have to go to a lot of weddings. It's really nice.
It's certainly a benefit.
Because I don't like weddings. You seem to.
I love it because open bar and free food. I can do, and I'm a small talk kid.
You're a simple guy.
Oh, I talk to great grandfathers about World War II in there.
Yeah.
I get into all of it, and I just sit there. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna go get some more mac and cheese. I'll be back in a second. There, I'm going to the kids' table to get the mac and cheese.
How often are you on the dance floor at a wedding?
Oh, I don't dance.
No, not at all. You
no.
don't do a little shoulder shimmy with Megan?
I will pretend to do that to just say, okay, I'm part of this wedding party, and then I don't like dancing.
Yes.
My body doesn't move. It's just
Same.
I don't enjoy it. So I'd like to be. I wish I was really good. I wish I was a great dancer. It's
Oh my God, yeah.
You see those guys get on dance floors and they just start moving. I'm like, where did you learn that?
Yeah, because you're somebody, your voice, your profession, your talent, you can control people with the sound of your voice. It's a very good thing you have.
Thank you.
But imagine if you could do that with your body.
Oh.
Imagine if you could win over a dance floor by dancing.
I have said on more occasions, I know we're delaying this fact, but just one more time, that if there is an asteroid coming to Earth a la Armageddon or Deep Impact and it's going to kill us all, I will take swing dance lessons.
Why?
Because I've always wanted to learn how to dance, yet I could not take the ball busting from friends that I was taking swing dance lessons.
That's true. I would not be nice to you if you took swing dancing
I
lessons.
can imagine all the new avenue of jokes that would open up.
Yeah, I'd get Al Roker Jr. on the phone. I'd get Kara on the phone. I'd make sure Kenzie calls in. We'd all make fun of you.
Kenzie would be relentless.
She would.
And the thing is,
You deserve it.
no, I'd be trying to improve myself of something I'm lacking, which is a dance. Like, I love the movie Swingers, Vince Vaughn. If I could go on a dance floor and do those moves, or Jon Favreau at the end, no spoiler alert on Swingers, a 25-year-old movie. But if I could do that, oh, I'd love that. I'm so jealous of guys that can dance. All girls can dance,
Yes.
but I just wish I was a guy that could dance.
Yeah, I went to a wedding with my girl this time last year. I didn't know she could dance. She got 2 drinks in her. She could dance.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't keep up.
Now, when I get drinks in me, I start jumping up and down. And then people think I can dance because, wow, that guy's like 6'4" and 1/4" out there jumping to the ceiling.
look at him.
What's going to happen next? And instead, I just keep jumping up and down like a pogo stick. I'd love to hear from a guy that can dance and how he learned how to dance.
I agree. I'd like to hear that.
312-591-8300. I'd love to hear from you because I need, well, it's a little late for me, but for the others out there. Okay, let's get to this fact that is a little bit scary about why you may not want to go to bed with the woman you woke up with today. And here's that fact. A new study says more women are psychopaths than previously thought.
Really? More of them?
More. Now, I saw this headline, and I almost saved it for head-to headlines,
Yeah.
but it's just too factual to go through it. So a study went out there and said, psychopaths, just so you know, are generally considered to have a lack of empathy and guilt, exhibit antisocial behavior, they lie frequently, and they're said to be ruthless, narcissistic, and manipulative.
Okay.
Am I describing anybody to you out there? Maybe look over at the woman sleeping there. I'm sorry this fact is only pertaining to women, but they already know that the perception was that there are more men psychopaths out there. Serial killers or just people that go through life with those traits that don't kill anybody, but they're just bad people.
Yeah, but they could. Yeah, they could flip a switch.
They probably could flip a switch, but it's not. People think psychopaths are always murderers. They're not. You're working with a psychopath right now.
Psychopaths are accountants. Psychopaths are school teachers. Psychopaths are bus drivers.
No offense to those professions.
No, but they're the everyday working man.
You're not targeting bus drivers of all things.
This feels like, those new Jesus commercials they have where they're advertising Jesus?
Good Lord, they spent, good Lord. They spent,
The good Lord.
they spent probably $7 billion in the Super Bowl with all those ads.
Yeah, I feel like we're about to hit a point where we're doing psychopath awareness commercials.
Hey.
Like, hey, knock it off. They're nice people, too.
Well, a new study showed that women psychopaths are much better at hiding those traits, whereas a male psychopath exhibits them more openly.
Yeah.
So this study went through a lot of men and women psychopaths with these traits and it just found out way more women psychopaths really out there. And I think we all know this. Women are way better actresses than men.
They can hide things.
And they can manipulate very easily. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, they're so pretty. What am I going to do? Tell them no?
Exactly. They lead you in. They can fish you in. How just women really rule the world.
They're awesome.
Not all of them know that.
No.
And I'm sorry to put that out there to the men out there, but they really can do whatever they want if they just put their mind to it. And this is what leads to these psychopaths out there. These women psychopaths that are out there just sitting there. But yeah, so that's something to think about tonight when you're sitting there. Maybe you're just waking up right now with that lovely, beautiful woman next to you and think about, could she be a psychopath? And do I want to go to bed with her tonight?
Where are you at with that?
Oh, I'm very happy Megan's back. I'm happy a woman will get in bed with me.
I'm saying, yeah, if they're a psychopath, so be it.
I'm taking the risk.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, do what you got to do to me.
If you're going to kill me in my sleep, kill me in my sleep. What am I going to do? Tell you no?
At least I got a little.
Tell you to put your clothes on?
Yeah, come on.
Not in my house.
No.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And before we get to this audio, you have to hear, if you missed it yesterday, of a Hooters that's been closed in West Virginia. A candlelight vigil was set out, and the news report on it was amazing and epic and funny. So we'll have that for you in a second. First off, in the fact that makes your brain go, I led to a point of where I'd love to be a dancer. Well, that sounds weird. I'm not going to...
Coming to the stage.
Yeah.
Banana hammock Brian.
Listen, if I could do that kind of dancing too, I'd be very happy.
It'd help you pay some bills.
I've always wanted to learn how to swing dance because I love the movie Swingers and Vince Vaughn in that movie. And he actually does a nice swing dance in Wedding Crashers too with, what was her name in the movie?
Rachel McAdams or
No,
the other one?
the other girl that's crazy that's married to Sacha Baron Cohen.
What's her name?
Damn.
Oh, my God. Isla Fisher?
Yes, but what's her name in the movie Wedding Crashers?
I don't know her
Gloria.
name.
Gloria, that was it. That was it. Okay.
Think about all the things we don't know,
Yeah.
and we were able to get to her character's name in Wedding Crashers pretty quick, all things considered.
Pretty impressive. So 630 checked in and talked about at a wedding. She goes, we got married the year before, and we surprised everyone by learning a choreographed waltz for our first dance. No one else came close to matching us. That's awesome. Took the time to learn. My brother Darren did that for his wedding. He came out, because none of us can dance. None of the hat ads can dance.
Oh, you're kidding.
All four brothers can't. But, Darren learned some kind of dance, a waltz, I guess, and he looked great. Looked very good. And maybe that's something I need to do. Maybe I need to take some lessons and film it and put it up on our socials.
You're a season behind on Curb Your Enthusiasm, 2 years behind on Stranger Things, and
Yes.
you think the best use of your time is to learn how to dance?
I think at this point, I've been waiting too long. I'll put those on the back burner, and I'll catch up, and I'll learn how to swing dance.
The problem is that it's really only good one time. You can only surprise people one time with being good at dancing. After that, you're just a guy who dances, and that's a tough life to live.
I'd love to be known as a dancer. What do you know about Brian? I know he used to be a Halo addict.
Yeah.
He's 6'4" ¼
Exiled from Chicago radio.
and a great dancer. I would love people to say that about me.
Is that my eulogy that I give you? Is I just focus on not all the good times we've had together or the
Yes.
radio shows we made? It's just like, God, that guy could move his hips.
Right. He was definitely a gyrator. That's what you could say about me. Okay, so yesterday in the show, we talked about this Hooters that had closed actually during the pandemic. The building is still sitting there, and a poor town in West Virginia, Charleston, West Virginia, I have relatives there. We're hoping this Hooters would reopen. Someone would take it and take the reins and bring it back. That didn't happen. So they're going to tear it down and make a gas station, which led to a whole another conversation on yesterday's show about the best gas stations out there. We see you, Casey's. Okay, we see your pizza, your breakfast pizza out
We
there.
love what you guys do.
We see you, Speedway, and we're hoping for a Buc-ee's getting up to Chicago someday.
Yes.
Not the Buc-ee's with a CKY, the Buc-ee's with a BUCEES, these southern ones that are like superstores.
Yeah, the one with the mascot.
Oh,
And the beef jerky.
yeah, go look them up. Anyway, here's how it went down yesterday and the audio from the news report talking about this Hooters and the people that gathered to pay their respects.
They're calling it the end of an era. Hundreds gathering at the old Hooters for a candlelight vigil.
It's a lot of memories going down with that building.
But through the tears,
Hi, guys!
former Hooters employees coming together for one last reunion.
I started out as just, coming in to get a job, and it became so much more because I met so many lifelong friends and my coworkers.
I want to thank each and every one of you.
West Virginia's last Hooters in Kanawha City never reopened after March 2020.
For all the naysayers, the doubters, the down talkers and whatnot. This building right here was a legitimate, iconic figure to the Kanawha Valley.
The vigil began as a joke between friends gaining traction on social media and the attention of international news outlets.
Long live Hooters.
The building will be torn down Monday and replaced with a popular gas station chain. Crowds celebrating decades of memories. Co-organizer Leo Browning says Hooters corporate found out about the vigil and overnighted them a box of calendars to give to people.
Well, that's really nice. Calendars with, coupons on to go to a Hooters they can't go to, which is very sad.
If Hooters is going to get involved, why don't you
Yeah.
overnight a general manager and get this puppy up and running?
Absolutely. I mean, there has to be a market for it. As Al Roker said in the show so eloquently, as long as there's divorced dads out there with kids on the weekend, Hooters will exist. And that's what needs to happen is get that one back open again. I did go by on the way to O'Hare yesterday. Went by that O'Hare Hooters out there. Parking lot was packed at 2 in the afternoon.
That's as interesting as it is sad.
A late lunch.
I've never been in Hooters.
Well, that's another thing we got to do. I almost stopped. I was running late. Megan's flight landed early, my wife's flight. And I thought I'd make a little quick stop. And I realized, whoa, I'm going to get there late because traffic sucked. And I said, I should have left earlier. Could have went to Hooters and had some wings.
And it would be a bad look if you were late picking your wife up from the airport and you had a bag of Hooters in the car.
Probably wouldn't have been a good ride home.
No.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. and Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
You know, we just talked about those Riot Fest tickets coming up in about an hour at 8 o'clock, the 3-day passes for Riot Fest with Brian and Kenzie on Q101 and playing Sublime there. We talked about how they are playing Coachella with Jacob Knoll, Bradley Knoll's son, who I saw at the Park West open for G-Love and the Special Sauce. You can see that video on our Facebook page from it was about a month ago, I guess, something like that. And tremendous. You really saw the spirit of Bradley Knoll in him, and they really only knew each other for a year before he sadly passed away. Bradley Knoll never seeing the success of Sublime, let alone seeing his son grow up and become a great musician. So he's taken over the reins for Rome. Rome got the people's elbow out of the band. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, The Rock came in and just said, you're gone.
Thank you for 15 years of service. You're no longer needed. It's been a pleasure knowing you. Here's your gold watch. Here's your gold record, and we will see you later.
Certainly waited for Jacob to grow up and actually, become a musician. But the interesting thing of that is, could they end up at Riot Fest? Sublime. We have Slayer coming back to do a show after retiring.
Yes.
And that's the only Midwest show. One of the only shows in the country. It's only 2.
Yeah.
Might be it. So a bunch of metalheads might be at O'Hare and Midway flying in for Riot Fest in September. Just be aware. But it'd be great if Sublime was on that too. We're not saying we know anything. I'm just saying that would be a wonderful thing.
No, we know Slayer for sure. There are some internet sleuths that have done some digging and said, it looks like Sum 41 is maybe in the Midwest that weekend. Maybe we get the last Sum 41 Chicago show that weekend. Something Corporate, Andrew McMahon's old band from Jack's Mannequin and Andrew McMahon.
Yep.
They just announced a reunion tour. Oh, weird. They're in the Midwest in September, and there's not a Chicago date, so maybe we get something Corporate. But, God, I would really like to see Sublime with Jacob as the frontman at Riot Fest. That would be so perfect.
That would be amazing. And that's the funny thing. You see all these dates of bands that are touring, and they leave a September date open.
Oh, weird. They're in Detroit and Indianapolis on September 19th and 21st. I wonder where they'll be on September 20th.
Well, remember, you will hear all the official band lineups when Riot Mike always checks in with us every year.
That's right. You hear it first here.
I'll never forget the first time not the first time, but it was like last year he called us up. Yeah. And he called up. And we're going to have him on the air. And he said, wait, what am I doing right now?
I don't think we've told this story on the air. So Riot Mike really likes calling in and giving us the lineup before anybody else. But Riot Mike is Riot Mike, which means he's not the most organized guy ever. Yeah. So
he's focused on the music.
Exactly.
He's focused on the festival and calling a radio station. And even though we've known him for so many years, he's like, wait, what am I doing today?
Very scatterbrained guy. So he calls in last year, and I'm talking to him before he gets on the air with Brian and Kenzie. And he's like, hey, I'm so excited, how you guys doing? Oh, real quick question. What am I doing? I go, well, we do this every year. You're giving us the lineup before anybody else hears it. He goes, I'm giving you the lineup? And I go, yeah, it was cleared by such and such, and then such and such said you're going to do it. He's like, oh yeah, I'll give you guys the lineup. He was so surprised that he was giving us the lineup.
Yeah, but then he just said, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give you the lineup.
He's like, of course, you're getting Q101.
Yeah, so we'll have that, of course, as good partners with Riot Fest. We'll have that for you as well for all that we've done together for all these years. We'll give that to you when the time comes. In the meantime, right now, it's Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Today is National Pokemon Day. If you don't know, Pokemon is Japanese for get a life, dude. You're 43 years old. Research shows men with six-pack abs are at a greater risk for heart disease. Well, let me offer a radio high five to all of you other healthy guys with beer guts. Walmart is offering mammograms at special locations. However, women should be careful to look for the official signs and not fall for the guy in the parking lot wearing a homemade t-shirt that says Official Breast Inspector. And researchers have taught a robot dog to open a door with its leg, which means the next thing robot dogs will enter is your nightmares. This is not headline news.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.